Once, in a quiet village surrounded by wild brush, there lived 3 brothers. The most adventurous one, Mabrook, was curious and fearless, always wandering farther than he should. After a long day playing in the waves, Mabrook stumbled on a curious sight. It was a man unlike any he had ever seen. The man's skin gleamed like polished copper under the sun, and his robes shimmered with colors that seemed to hold the secrets of faraway lands. Startled, Mabrook ran back to the village, where he found his middle brother playing. "I saw a man in the brush, a man like no other. His skin shines like the sun, and his eyes see through you." Yasin, ever the adventurer, decided to see for himself. There, the copper-skinned man waited. This time, he held a small basket of golden dates. He smiled and offered the fruit to the boys. As they bit into the dates, the sweetness was like nothing they had ever known, rich and bursting with flavor. "Do you have other brothers? If you bring them, I can take you to a place where dates grow in endless groves, and you can have as many as you desire." The 2 brothers returned to the village and told their eldest brother, Malik, of the marvelous man and the magical dates. But Malik, the most skeptical of the 3, frowned. "There's no place in the brush for such wonders. You let your tongues fool your heads." Still, Malik agreed to go with them. When they reached the brush, the copper man was there once more, smiling as if he had been waiting all along. He offered them dates, and Malik, though reluctant, took a single bite. It was, indeed, the sweetest thing he had ever tasted. "Come with me," said the man, "and I will show you the trees where these dates grow." Enchanted by the promise, the brothers followed him deeper into the brush. The man led them through winding paths and darkening shadows, past rushing waterfalls and fields of green, across a great city full of wonders beyond the imagination, until they came to the edge of a great river. There, a boat waited. Before the boys realized what was happening, the man's smile turned sharp, and men leapt from the boat, binding the boys in chains. The copper man stood over them. "You were so eager for sweetness that you forgot to question the hand that offered it," he said. The brothers cried out, but it was too late. They were taken far from their home, left to wonder how their hunger for something extraordinary had blinded them to the dangers of the unknown. Endless groves awaited them, indeed, and so did endless labor.
In the coastal town of Toba lived 3 sisters. Paru, the youngest, longed to become an ama, a sea samurai, like her older sisters, but her family worried it was too dangerous. Every dawn, while her sisters gently dove near shore for abalone, Paru secretly swam into a shallow cove nearby. by day, Paru balanced her humble life between entertaining curious tourists with mock diving displays and sorting oysters for the famed Mikimoto. By night, she dreamed of becoming a real ama and not just playing one for visitors. One fateful morning, while sorting shells, Paru discovered a hamaguri, a shell so perfect she dared not open. Smooth, balanced, and identical on each side like lovers. She tucked it away, making a heartfelt wish to someday find her perfect love match who understood her dreams. The next day brought unusual visitors. Strange men with faces from lands unknown, their skin as varied as the pearls she sorted. Sailors from abroad, here to visit Mikimoto, Pearl Island. As she had done 1,000 times, she called out a hypnotic isobue whistle before pretending to dive. As Paru sank beneath the surface, a powerful wave arose, scattering the performers across the bay. Seconds became minutes as one by one, each woman emerged safely, everyone but Paru, who was nowhere to be seen. The villagers whispered that maybe she had joined her elder sister, an ama who had vanished years ago into the deep. But as he had done 1,000 times, a mysterious man leapt into the ocean, calling out for Allah before his plunge. Paru awakened beneath gentle eyes as dark as the shell of a black-lipped oyster. 泳げるんですね。そしてあなたのその笑顔、一生ありがとうの気持ちを捧げないと、あなたのことすべて教えてほしいわ。Mabrook, her rescuer, spoke softly of being once a slave, as a child tricked into a life of farming dates in Arabia. Later he became a diver like her, searching for pearls before escaping aboard a strange fleet. He told tales of treasures found and sold, and of the date fruits he once coveted as a child in Africa. He spoke of hard times too, when perfect Japanese pearls flooded the international market and ended the Arabian pearl trade. He came here to see this land of Mikimoto, which gave him his freedom. From his bag, he withdrew an exquisite shell, its twin nestled safely in Pao's pocket. In that moment, Paru and Mabrook knew their shells mirrored their hearts. Two divers perfectly matched. They would live as Ama-san Funado, together sailing the deep. Mabrook would steer the boat, Paru would dive. No longer would they hunt for pearls they could not keep. Instead, they would dive for treasures of freedom and love, teaching all, including Paru's sisters, to plunge into the unknown without fear.
Sitting here at this sea shack on the coast, it reminds me a lot of my hometown, in Virginia. It's a languid place, familiar and steady, where people move at the pace of the tides. They brought out this table just for us, so we can see the sea, and most amazingly, watch them grill delicious, freshly steamed oysters in a coal-lined fire.
Oh yeah, Oh, this smell is so good. Woo. Maybe he left it.
The restaurant owner even agrees to take us around the town in the back of his pickup truck. So what brings us to this sleepy waterside enclave, halfway across the world, to this place where I can't even speak the language?
Purse. Oh, purse.
I start my journey at the Pearl Convention in Tokyo. There's many jewelers here from Toba and Mie. Maybe they've heard the lore of Mabrook and Paru? After roaming endless halls for 2 days, it's my first dead end. No one here knows Paru or Mabrook, even though back at home, their story is infamous.
Hi.
In the UAE where I live, there's a local legend about a man named Mabrook, the black samurai of the sea, a great pearl diver who escaped slavery and moved all the way to a small town in Japan. Bro, we should commandeer the boat. And here's a picture of him at this pearl diving tourist trap in the middle of the Arabian Gulf Coast. To most Japanese, he was probably the first black man they had ever seen. And as a forever foreigner, at home everywhere and nowhere all at once, I can relate. According to the story, Mabrook would marry a woman named Paru, an Ama diver from Toba. And together, they would have a son. Surely, among the first ever black arrivers to Japan, I want to find out more about what happened once Mabrook moved east. Everywhere you look, you can see it. The vestiges of Kokichi Mikimoto. The man who invented the cultured pearl and used it to rebuild his sleepy hometown. Toba. It's the city Mikimoto built. Here, the Ama are heroes. You see them larger than life and in the type of posters normally reserved for awkward-looking bureaucrats running for local representative. I mean, look at this. It's fucking badass. Can you curse in Japan?
I'm not sure.
I mean, look at this. It's fucking badass. It's my last day in Toba, and I finally got to meet a real-life Ama. Her name is Aiko, and she says there's only 600 left like her in the world. Over a seafood lunch, she draws for me the doman and the siman, the protective, sacred symbols of the divers. And after 4 months in Japan and no progress on Mabrook, Aiko reminds me of something I heard long ago. As long as one person believes in an oral history, it's true.
Yalla! I don't know, something else? Ah!